Hello guys and welcome to another video. This time I bring you all of my Rift teams because I managed to go triple S on everything, because this free room removal day I built the Fire Sky Dancer Hua He, and she is incredible for this kind of Rift. So guys, I will show you. I replaced Colleen for Hua He. Colleen goes out, Hua He comes in, and now I managed to go triple S. This is the Fire Rift team, which consists of the water homunculus in order to kill the minions, and the other monsters are there to deal extreme damage. And well, Theomar's leader skill, yes, allows us to have more critical rate, which means that everyone will crit every time. And my Hua He is on speed attack on violent runes, violent nemesis, so that she will heal for high HP, and also she will deal lots of damage. So she will help a lot. Colleen was healing, yes, and was buffing the attack. However, Colleen was not doing much damage, so that was a lost slot for me. So now, with Hua He in her place, I am much more efficient on every single rift, except for the light and for the water one, because I don't use Hua He in those. However, she helped me go triple S on the Dark Rift, and she helps me go triple S all the time on the Fire one. I will show you guys the runes of each of my monsters after each run. Now, I will not start the water one. I will show you the runes of the Fire one monster first. You see, I went over 4.5 million on my high score. These teams are very consistent now, even though I have to say that my runes have improved a lot recently, and well, my runes are very good right now. I am on late game. I think I am a late game player right now. I can clear most of the PvE content of the game without much issue. And now I have gone triple S on everything. I do R5. I actually am a late game player now, not an end game player, but a late game player. And this is my water team. The water rift consists on Bernard buffing the attack bar to clear the HP reduction effect from the boss, and the other monsters are there to deal lots of damage. The Wind Barbaric King, Kreisbelg, is very good for this rift because he buffs the speed, so that the monster will gain attack bar faster, and therefore will gain their hit points bar back faster too. And the other monsters are there because you need armor break and you need to deal as much damage as possible, and you should use as many wind monsters as you can because they will deal 50% more damage than the other elemental monsters. So that is it, guys, for this rift. I am doing 2x speed on the runs of each beast because I already made videos about each rift dungeon. So if you want in-depth analysis of each dungeon, please go to my other videos. However, this one will summarize everything and will tell you the teams that I use on every rift. I will show you the runes of the water one before going to the wind one. I will show you the runes of every monster, even though I use the same monsters on some rifts that I used before, but I will show you all the runes of all the monsters on each run, okay? So that you don't have to go back to rewind the video to look for the runes of the monsters. Now, I will do a complete guide on each beast right now. Well, these are the runes for this rift, and now we will go to the wind one. The wind one is one that I triple S thanks to Hua He, because Hua He deals lots of damage here, and she also heals for a lot. So that way I am able to remove the harmful effect from the boss, and that way my monsters will suffer less damage from the boss, and therefore they will kill him without dying. And Beladion is there because Beladion heals, buff the attack bar, and also armor breaks. However, the score of this rift depends on how many procs Beladion has during the groggy state of the boss. Because if Beladion procs a lot, he will take lots of turns, and the other monsters, which are the damage dealers, will not deal damage, and therefore the score will be lower. So this rift can go triple S or double S, and maybe even go down to S, to only S. However, that is not very likely to happen. Many monsters have to derp, and the boss has to resist the armor breaks, so that is not very likely to happen. However, we will clear it without many issues. This is a double S one, and it's quite nice. Okay, I will keep that. And now, guys, I will show you the runes. For this rift, you don't need Perna, but actually, if you have Huahi, she is perfect for here. If you don't have Huahi, my alternative team for this rift, which is an S clear team, uses instead of Huahi, Colleen, and instead of Raki, the Firehell Lady, I was using Chasun. So I was using a triple healer team that is consistent but doesn't deal lots of damage, so it clears it with S rank only. And that was because my frontliners had very good runes. So guys, I recommend the team you saw here. If you cannot build it, or if you are just starting that rift, then go for the triple healer team. Now for this one, I did not touch this team. This team is what I used after I stopped using copper here. But if you are starting this rift, use copper for the front line. Copper is amazing for here. However, if you are a more advanced player, then you can use Tark, which is perfect for this rift. And the Water Kung Fu Girl will help you increase your score during the growth state of the boss. The Dark Samurai is my dark monster. However, if you are using copper instead of the Dark Samurai, you could use something like Basalt, which will be perfect to buff defense, to ensure that you will clear the rift, because that is very, very important. Because now, due to my runes and the high quality monster that I have, I can clear the rift and get a double S or triple S score. However, if you don't clear the rift, you cannot get more than A+. So it doesn't matter if you break the 2.5 million points, you will not get the S rank. Okay, so you should focus on clearing the rift first. If you guys need a guide about this rift, you can go to my video. I did a very, very, very detailed video about this rift, and that can help you start with this rift and clear it with a low score, with a high score. That will depend on your runes and your monster. However, if you are advanced enough, then you can mimic this team. This team can clear it on double S or triple S score. These are the runes on every monster. Even though we are repeating the water monsters, you already saw them due to the fire rift. I will not go. I will show you the runes again, so that you don't have to go back there and look at the runes again. Okay? Tark is incredible for this rift. Tark is incredible for almost anything. If you have to build a 2-star monster for PvE, Tark is the answer. A 2-star monster for PvE that is amazing. Very, very good damage dealer. And now this is my Dark Rift team. And this team, well, if you want a more in-depth guide, you can go to my Dark Rift video. However, this team only changed Colleen for Huahi. However, that change made my score go from S to double S or triple S. So Huahi is perfect here, and Huahi heals much more than Colleen. And I also made a big, huge change on my Fire Panda. I was using Triple Revenge because I was using him in Negro. However, now that I don't use him in Negro anymore because I replaced him for Darion and or the Light Cowgirl, which is what I'm using right now, Then I removed some of the revenge runes and I gave him 2 fight sets. So now he has double fight runes, which improves the healing power of Hua He and the attack power of every other monster. Therefore, they deal much more damage, they increase my score, and I clear the rift faster. You see, it's very important to have 2 tanks up front, and you have 3 damage dealers and Hua He, which is a healer, an attack power buffer, and a damage dealer, all in one. Very, very, very good utility monster. A very good support. So guys, this is it. These are the runes on my Dark Rift monsters. You see, I also have a fight set on Diaz. So I have a triple fight set on this Rift. If you can do this, if you can use a triple fight set, then perfect, guys. If you don't, if you can't, well, you may not get so high of a score here. However, you may clear it pretty much every time and you may get S rank. However, I already said this before in many other videos, I highly recommend doing the Light Rift because I find it much easier for beginners than the Dark one. Okay guys, these are the scores, and thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.